శ్రీహరికోట నుండి సోమవారం రాత్రి విజయవంతంగా ప్రయోగించిన PSLV C-60 రాకెట్ ద్వారా స్పేడెక్స్ జంట ఉపగ్రహాలు నిర్దిష్ట కక్షలోకి చేరుకోవడం జరిగిందని ఇస్రో చైర్మన్ సోమనాథ్ ప్రకటించారు. ఈ సందర్భంగా ప్రయోగం అనంతరం సోమనాథ్ మీడియా సమావేశంలో మాట్లాడుతూ అంతరిక్షంలో వేరువేరుగా ఉండే స్పేడెక్స్ జంట ఉపగ్రహాలను ఒకటిగా అనుసంధానం చేసే పరిశోధాత్మక ప్రయోగాన్ని జనవరి 7వ తేదీ నిర్వహించడం జరుగుతుందని తెలిపారు. బెంగళూరులోని ఇస్ట్రాక్ సెంటర్లో డాకింగ్ పరిశోధన నిర్వహిస్తారని, ఈ ప్రయోగ విజయం భవిష్యత్తులో ఇస్రో ప్రయోగాలలో కీలకంగా మారుతుందని అన్నారు.
This 30th of December tonight for watching this launch recording from Sullurpet Space Center. So all of you have seen the majestic liftoff and the launch and the perfect injection of the SpaceX. For us, this is the 99th launch of any launch vehicle from Sullurpet Space Center. So that's also very important number. So we are going for the 100th launch in the beginning of next year. In this 99th launch, the PSLV, the power configuration of the PSLV C-60 placed two SpaceX satellites weighing 220 kilograms into a circle orbit of 475 kilometers. But not that, this mission is having a POEM-4 payload, which hosts 24 research and development payloads. They are not satellites; they are going to be attached to the stage, conducting experiments for next 2 months. The first stage of PSLV will act as a spacecraft, providing all the housekeeping support for the payloads to operate, and that will be done in a lower orbit. That will be lower to 350 kilometers, and the process is currently going on, still not reached there. So tonight, in another maybe in less than an hour, it will reach. After that, we will have many activities to continue. You heard that SpaceX will have many operations tomorrow onwards, arresting its motion and reaching the docking condition on possibly on 7th of January. So you will be able to see that from control center at this track, Bangalore, all those operations and activities of docking, including telecasting of the video, onboard video camera images of docking process and redocking also. So I want to thank each one of you for today's assembly here and to be at Sullurpet Space Center to watch this historic event in the year-end launch. Thank you from ISRO and also all of us here. I'm very proud of this accomplishment. We hope the objective of the SpaceX mission can be achieved in the coming days. Really important mission for us because with the space sector reforms and the expansion of the space activities in the Amrit Kaal, we have a program of expanded human spaceflight program, building space station, etc. And this mission is so critical for us to work on future mission like Chandrayaan-4, building space stations and missions to Moon as well. So I believe this is not the first SpaceX. There will be many more SpaceX varieties, including demonstration of bigger and complex version of docking systems in the coming days to come. So thank you so much. So it is primarily from the purpose of a mission. The docking is not necessary for a typical spacecraft operation. For any nation who are interested in say communication satellites or Earth observation satellite, docking is not an important activity. Docking thus becomes important when you want to do construction in space. For example, if you want to assemble multiple objects in space without any human assistance. If you want to do human spaceflight mission, it is important. And now it becomes important when you are to do future, we are looking at maintenance and service and repair of satellites. So until now, these requirements were felt only by a few nations. For example, the US, USSR, China and Europe possibly had this need of doing it. So primarily driven by the need. And second is driven by the complexity. First is complexity because it's going to be done autonomously. Human beings are not going to be there. So you need a set of sensors which will do the observation and manage this relative control of two satellites who are moving at tremendously high velocity, almost 10 times the speed of light. If you have to control it and then reach that, you need a strong algorithm and measurement capability. I think possibly many nations may have it, but they need to integrate all of this and put the software and algorithms together. So I believe it is primarily driven by the need rather than the technology. See, we can do it very, very fast provided our satellites are big and you have a lot of fuel. See, we have done this with a very, very cost effective solution. Doing docking immediately is not the goal of this docking exercise. It's to understand docking is the exercise. So if it is delayed by 1 week, it doesn't cost you anything. But I can make the satellite much more compact and cost effective. I don't have to make a bigger propulsion system. I don't have to budget a lot of fuel into it, thus making the satellite bigger and costlier. So that's the primary thing. So I have very limited fuel which will be able to manage it. So I allow natural drift to take place and then use minimum fuel that already Chandra mentioned about how you have the algorithm to optimize the fuel, because fuel is going to be a precious commodity. So yeah, see, really if you want the human beings to dock, we need to achieve it in possibly less than a day. Maybe in 8 hours, 9 hours, 12 hours it should be achieved. So that is requires a little more consumption of fuel. So I think and also the docking mechanism is also going to be different. Now they are going to be an 800 plus diameter where there is a ceiling available for human beings to pass through. So and the drives used it are with multi motors and things like that. But this is with a limited number of motors. And also the regularization ceiling, the mechanism will differ in this mechanism to the one which will actually use in operational docking systems. Station they are able to grow food and eat also. It's happening. There is a huge amount of research happening in terms of food growing and as well as creating food for themselves. In fact, I think you would have read already. Our Sudha Williams has already grown some food and ate it also. So it's happening in space station. Possibly we don't have the knowledge. So at this moment, all the biological experiments are targeted towards
Rice and meat are possible, sir? Rice and meat are possible.
I can't comment about it because I should comment about something which I know very well. So I said that the biological experiments we are starting in India for the first time. So the knowledge of doing it is there elsewhere, but it's not shared with us that easily. So we need to do our own experiments to understand how it will really happen. It's not just growing food and eating it. That's not the first purpose. You need to understand the mechanics of growing of plants in zero gravity. It doesn't follow the standard method of growth. So we need to first understand how it grows, how they respond to light and gravity, and what type of plants will actually grow in this situation, their yield. Things like, there are many things, nutritional aspects, their fruit bearing patterns may change, it cannot follow what you see in ground. So there is a huge amount of work required. And we hope all of this can be done when you reach the International Space Station class, when you build out Bharatiya Station, much more research will be done. And many other nations have done it over the last 25 years. And their knowledge today is on account of that. And we are just starting it. I think it's very important that we start.